Hello friends, I am Shyam Yadav and welcome to my channel iTech Warrior. Friends, in this video we will understand structures in C#.NET and we also understand difference between structure and classes. So let's start. So let's understand point wise. So it is also a user defined type. Class is also a user defined type and structure is also a user defined type. And second point is a structure contains most of the members like fields, methods, constructors, properties, indexers, operator methods, likewise classes. And third point is structure is declared using struct keyword. Structure is a value type. Yeah. The main difference of class or structure is a value type and class is reference type. In the fifth point, memory allocation for instance of structure is performed on stack. In the class, memory allocation in the heap, managed heap, and in the structure, memory allocation in on stack. Here is the syntax of structure: modifiers, struct, structure name, and the members inside the structure. So these are the basic idea of a structure in C sharp. So go ahead. So now understand the difference between a structure and classes. Here are the some points between structure and classes. Let's understand one by one and do it practically in Visual Studio. Structure, first point is structure is a value type, whereas class is a reference type. Memory allocation for instances of structure is performed on stack, and whereas instance of class is performed on managed heap. In the third point, we use class for representing an entity with larger volume of data, and whereas we use structure for representing smaller volume of data. In the fourth point, in case of a class, new keyword is mandatory for creating the instance, whereas in case of a structure it is only a optional. Fifth point is class can be inherited by other class, whereas structure cannot be inherited by other classes, sorry, other structure. And go ahead, let's do it first practically these 5 points in Visual Studio. So move to Visual Studio. And here we already create a console application structure demo. Now we create a file inside the console application. Right click and add class. Yeah, we want to add class, so we click here, and if we want to create a create a blank file, so go to new item. Here is the template of different type of templates: class template, interface template, window form, and many templates here. And here you can see code file. Code file means it is a blank file. You can write here class, structure, anything. So we create code file, and here we give the name struct structure structures structures. So add. Now the blank file is created, and here we write anything like class file. So here we first we import the namespace using and using system. Write a code. So first we write a block of namespace, and namespace name is structure demo. So structure demo. So inside the namespace block, we write all the code here. So first we create a structure struct, and name is demo struct. So this is the structure, and inside the structure we can do the difference between class and structure. So first we declare a variable int, and also write a method public void display, and inside the method write and here we print the message like structure method calling. So now we write a main method inside the structure, and go to slide. Fourth point is in case of a class, new keyword is mandatory for creating the instance, and whereas in case of a structure it is only optional. So let's do it. First we declare class here, class, and now we create an instance demo struct dm equal to new. So now we create a instance, and then with the instance we call a method display. Save and run. So the output is structure method calling. Sorry, we change the message here. Class, save and run again. Class method calling. So in the class we want to create an instance with new keyword, and here we declare a structure, and now run. The output is exactly same as class. So now we change the message struct, save and run. Struct method calling. So in the structure new keyword is optional. Here we use new keyword, and now we delete this comment, and yeah, semicolon save. So why this error is come? Because of int. So here we comment and save and run. The output is struct method calling. So the in the structure new keyword is optional. We use with the new keyword, and now we without new keyword. So in the fourth point, new keyword for class it is mandatory, and in the structure it is optional. So in the fifth point, class can be inherited by other class, whereas structure cannot be inherited by other structure. So let's do it practically. So here we create one more structure here, demo demo1, and here we define a variable or method, public void abc method. You give any name and save, and here we inherit demo1. So the error is come. So error is type demo1 is in interface list, is not a interface. So the fifth point is clear. Inheritance is not possible in structure. So by the class you can you already know the inheritance is possible with classes. So here we declare a class, and we declare class also. So the error is not showing here. So this is the concept between structure and class, and move to go ahead. In the sixth point, fields of a class can be initialized at the runtime of declaration, whereas it not possible with fields in structure. So let's do it in practically. So delete this code and delete this here, and suppose here we declare a variable int. Here we initialize with 10, and now plus I. Save and run. Here you can see the output struct method calling and 10. So the at the declaration time memory allocation is happened in class, but in a structure it is not. So struct, the error is come. So if we want to assign the value to I, first here you, if we use with new keyword it is okay. Now the output is exactly same, but the value of I is 0 because of default value. Here we create an instance, so the constructor will assign the value of I. Default value is 0. So without new keyword, here show the error. So how to resolve this? And Here you can assign the value here, uh, dm dot I equals to 10. Save and run. So the output is struct method calling 10. So here the point is clear. And important note here, if the structure contain any field, then we need to initialize those fields either by explicitly calling the default constructor with the help of new, or else if we are not using new keyword for creating the instance, we need explicitly assign value to the field referring it through the instance and assign value. So the point, important note, exactly same we can do here. So we assign the value in a structure by new, create with the new keyword for the instance creating, and 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 we assign the value by the reference of structure. So in the class, it is mandatory for a new keyword for assigning the value, and in the structure it is optional. So the next point is 7. In a class, we define parameter less or parameterized constructor. We know we in the class we can define parameter less or parameter constructor, and if we do not define constructor is in class, then there will be an implicit constructor defined by compiler. So if the programmer miss to define the constructor in class, so so the compiler will define the constructor on the behalf of programmer. Here where as in case of structure, parameter less of default constructor is already always implicit. In the structure, parameter constructor always implicit defined by compiler and cannot be defined implicitly. Again, what we can define in is only parameterized constructor. So the point is tell ki in the constructor, the default constructor always implicit, and we cannot define the parameter less constructor in structure. We define only parameterized constructor in class, in structure. So let's do it practically. So define constructor here. So the error is shown. Struct cannot contain explicit parameter less constructor. So we cannot define parameter less constructor in structure. So here we declare a parameter int I. Num, and create a one more instance here, demo struct, demo struct dm1, and call the method by the instance. Save, and here we assign the value this dot I equals to num. So here you can see it is a parameterized constructor. So we cannot define a parameter less constructor in structure. So save and run. So the output is struct method calling 10, struct method calling 0, and so the 7th point is clear. Here we assign value by reference and by instance. So the 7th point is clear. So it is the overview of a structure and the concept behind of a structure and the difference between class and structure. So let's little bit review structure. It is also a user defined type. It contains fields, methods, structure, properties, indexers, operator methods like class. Structure is declared using struct keyword. Structure is a value type. Class is a reference type. Memory allocation, for instance, of a structure is performed on stack. And here is the difference. We can do it practically point wise. So I hope you understand all the points of a structure and difference between a structure and class. So if you like my video, please subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for upcoming video notification. Thank you for watching.